G'day guys, MAT5 here, and today I'll be reviewing Five Nights at Freddy's. So Five Nights at Freddy's is a point-and-click survival horror indie game that is developed by Scott Cawthon, if that's how you pronounce his name. And you play the role of a night watchman at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Restaurant, a family-friendly pizzeria by day, but takes a terrifying twist at night. You see, at night, these four animatronic characters of the pizzeria come alive and wander the restaurant complex freely. So as your unfortunate role of the Night Watch, your job is to observe the restaurant and survive through the night as these cuddly, terrifying characters come at you to stuff you into a suit, which in other words means kill you. So there isn't really any story to Five Nights at Freddy's. Pretty much you just take the role of the Night Watch and straight away you're thrown into the game to figure out what you have to do from there. This game has no tutorial either, besides a voicemail that is left by a previous employee to pretty much outline what's going on and what you have to do. So you are stationary for the entire game in first person, and the only movement you have is to scan left and right to observe a door on either side of you in a small security room. There are also buttons for both doors, which you can use to open and close them and to turn on the lights to see outside the room. And lastly, you have access to all of the security cameras in the restaurant to closely monitor the animatronics' movements, but all of these actions use up electricity. At the start of each night, you have 100% power that slowly drains as the night goes on, but actions such as using the buttons and looking at the security cameras uses up your power rapidly. So you have to use everything wisely to conserve power, because if you reach 0%, you are completely defenseless and can lead to certain death. So on quick observation, this game has very simple mechanics, but it's also extremely complex at the same time. As you play, you really get that feeling that you want to keep a close eye on the cameras, and use the lights outside the doors to keep track of your enemies, as they move throughout the building and close in on your position. But at the same time, you can't use it too much because it will drain all your power. And of course, as each night goes on, the game becomes more difficult, releasing more characters on you to keep track of, all with different characteristics. So this game brilliantly managed to evoke all of these different emotions from you as you feel stressed, panicked, paranoid, helpless and terrified all at the same time. To add to this, the sound design in this game is terrifying. It really feels like you're sitting in a dark room, listening to movement, music and all sorts of noises outside, and gives you that panicking feeling that you're being stalked. So just to let you guys know, I watched plenty of Let's Play videos of this game, from PewDiePie to Markiplier, and I figured since I've already seen most of the scares before I played this game, I figured it wouldn't be as scary, but I was wrong. I mean, I learnt a lot, and I had a great system in place, you know, swiftly look through the cameras, swiftly look outside with the lights, and I thought I was going to be okay. But again, I was wrong. Just watch this footage. Alright. At least I've got sort of a down pat system of how to go about this. Just keep looking. Still there, still there, still there. Oh my god! What? Oh! Oh my god. I really hate that feeling of looking and concentrating on the security cameras, and then all of a sudden a giant rabbit rips it away and is in your face like that, shrieking loudly. It's just absolutely terrifying. Five Nights at Freddy's is not only an extremely challenging game, but also can feel cheap as you think you have a good hold of the situation, but somehow you still get killed and often don't know why. Also, when one of these enemies do manage to get through your defense, for no reason at all, you lose the ability to close the door. So this instantly tells you that you're screwed and you're about to die, but wouldn't it be better if you could still close the door and feel safe and cozy, and then you realize you're unable to locate one of the enemies and then BAM! Scares the daylights out of you. Along with the overall challenge of the game, over time it comes off as more as frustrating than scary to play, and that's a major issue, and it's one that I've had with previous horror games, such as PT and Outlast. Also, there is absolutely no variety in content for the game. What you see is what you get, which isn't of course a bad thing, as usually this is what sequels try to work on. So after doing some research, I did find out that there is actually 7 nights in total, with the 7th night being a custom level which you can alter the enemy AI to a certain difficulty, which at least sounds sounds like an interesting touch for people who want to take it easy and get terrified, or others that just want a real challenging game. So this was a short little review for a short little game. I mean, there's not really much to it. It's pretty much what you see is what you get with this game. So in the end, Five Nights at Freddy's is a small little indie game with a really original concept for the horror genre, and manages to take all of these simple gameplay mechanics and make it into an overall challenging and absolutely terrifying game. A few challenging cons aside, I was just so scared to play this game, and I had to force myself to in order to make this review. It's not that I hate the game, but it's just so scary that I was just too afraid to come back. Also, it really doesn't help that I might have like the tiniest little phobia when it comes to like mascots and these animatronic cute cuddly things, because they're so, you know, they're cute and supposed to be, you know, fun on the outside, but in the inside it's so unknown and horrifying. So bottom line, even though that I was too chicken shit to continue playing this game, I do give it a good 7.5 out of 10. This game is a great mesh of terrifying enemies, haunting sound design and simple gameplay that leaves you feeling incredibly vulnerable. So if you're a fan of the horror genre and you want to see something new, I say go and give it a go and see what it's all about. It may not be for everybody, but it's an original and terrifying concept with well-made tension and scares, and it only costs you $5. So what did you guys think of Five Nights at Freddy's? Did you think it was an original horror game, and did it scare the shit out of you? And remember, if there's any questions you want to ask about this game, remember to leave me a comment down below and I'll get back to you. And if you liked this review and you want to see more, remember to like me on Facebook or subscribe to me on YouTube if you want to see more. And thank you very much for watching my review of Five Nights at Freddy's. It was a great horror game. It was a small review this week, but in the next coming weeks I'm going to be reviewing Dynasty Warriors 8 and The Sims 4, so I'm going to get to playing those games. And I hope you enjoyed this review of this small little horror indie game that really surprised me, and I hope it surprises you too. Alright, MAT5 is bloody out of here.